Hello, my students. In this video, we will revise very quickly the topic of probability or likelihood. First, we need to remember that the definition of the event. The event is something may happen in the future. You can scale or you can measure the probability of an event using the probability scale. The probability scale, you can measure the event from 0 to 1. The probability is ranging from 0 to 1. 0 is for the impossible event, something you're sure it will impossible to happen, and 1 for certain. You can't find a probability more than 1 or less than 0. So all the probabilities between 0 and 1. The smallest value of the probability is 0 and the maximum value of the probability is 1. Sometimes we call the probability likelihood. If the probability of event is 0, it's an impossible event. And if the probability of an event is 1, it's a certain event. While if the probability of the event equals 1 half, so this event is called even chance or even chance. Between 0 and 1 half, we can say this is a weak chance or unlikely. I mean, less than 1 half, it's unlikely event. From 1 half to 1 whole, it's likely or good chance. It's likely to happen. So for any problem of the probability, you need to do two steps. The first step is to find the total number of outcomes. The second step is to find half of the total. Then compare the probability. If the probability or the event number of outcomes less than the half, so this event is called unlikely. If the number of the outcomes more than one half, so you can say or describe the event as unlikely. So you can describe the event using one of these 5 words: impossible, unlikely, even chance or even chance, likely, certain. While if you compare two events or the probability of two events, you can use one of these words: more likely than or equal likely to or less likely than. Let's solve a very simple problems. In a dice, you have 6 faces, so you can say that we have the total number of outcomes or 6 faces, the total. You need to find the half of the total, which is 3 faces. What is the probability of getting one or more? How many faces? One or more on the dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You will find that we have 6 faces. 6 faces out of the 6, it means all the outcomes. 6 out of the 6 equals 1 whole. So it's a certain event. A number less than 5, it means we have 4 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we have 4 faces more than the half of the total number of faces. So if this one is 4 out of 6 or more than the half, so we can say that the probability is likely or good chance. A number has a factor 2, it means even number. We have 3 even numbers on the dice: 2, 4, 6. So 3 faces out of 6 faces. This means that we have half of the outcomes. So this event is even chance. What is the probability that the dice will land on a square number? The square numbers, if you multiply a number by itself, gives you a square number. We just have only two square numbers on the dice, which are 1 and 4. This means that we have only two faces of square numbers, so two faces less than the half of six faces, so it will be unlikely. The second question, we have two spinners. The first spinner has six sections or six outcomes. Then you need to get the half of the number of outcomes, which is three outcomes. On spinner B, we have four outcomes or four sections. The half of them is two outcomes or two sections. What is the likelihood of spinning four on A? The question is now how many sections that four has a faces or how many sections that you can find the four on. You can find that number four has three sections or three outcomes. So that if number four has three sections or three outcomes, the probability of number four is 3 over 6 as a fraction. 3 over 6 equals 1 half after simplify, so we can describe it with words, even chance, and don't forget to write the fraction. Rajif spin both spinners and add the result. Add the result. What is the likelihood that the total? Total, it means you will add any result from spinner A with any result with spinner B, will be an odd number. If you look carefully for the two spinners, you will find that all numbers on the spinners are even numbers. Whenever you add two even numbers, the answer must be even because even plus even gives you even. So if you add a number from spinner A plus a number from spinner B, you will find the answer is even. So you can't find any odd number. So the likelihood or the probability of odd numbers of the total of the two spinners will be zero. In words, it will be impossible. You need to write the probability as a fraction and in words. In this question, we have two spinners and we need to compare the probabilities of the events on both of them. The first event to spin an odd number on the first spinner. The first spinner, we have three outcomes. On the second spinner, we have four outcomes or four sections. A number which is an odd, we have here two odd numbers, 1 and 3. So it will be 2 over 3. And we have here three odd numbers, 1, 3, and 3, 3 out of 4. We need to compare the two fractions, 2 over 3 or 3 over 4. You can use this one using scissor or converting both of them into 12. Multiply by 4 here up and down, and multiply by 3 here up and down. It will be 8 over 12, and this one will be 9 over 12. Which one has a better chance? So you will find that the probability on spinner B is bigger than the probability on spinner A. Spinning a 2, you can find that we have only one outcome or one section numbered as 2 on spinner A. So the probability of spinning 2 on the first spinner on spinner A, 1 over 3. And here 1 over 4. Because the denominator of the first fraction is less than the denominator of the second fraction. So 1 over 3 is greater than 1 over 4. So you can say that it's more likely to spin on A, spinner A, than to spin on B. And to spin a number less than 3, you can find two numbers less than 3, 2 out of 3, and here we have two numbers less than 3, 2 out of 4. So the chance or the fraction of the first spinner is greater than the fraction of the second spinner. So 2 over 3 is greater than 2 over 4 because the denominator of the first fraction is less than the denominator of the second fraction. So we have a good or a better chance on spinner A to spin a number less than 3. To spin a 4, you can find that we don't have any number here or any section has number 4 for both of them, A or B. So the probability to spin a 4 on the first spinner is 0 over 4. And the probability to spin a 4 on the second spinner is 0 over 4. It means they are equal. So you can say that they are equal likely on A and B. Here are drawing of four spinners. What is the likelihood of landing on a shaded sections? Let's first find the fraction of the shaded sections. You can say this one is 1 over 4, and this one is 2 over 4 or 1 half after simplify. This one is 2 over 3, and this one is 1 over 4. So we have two spinners have the same chance of the shaded parts, 1 over 4. So A and C less than 1 half, and B equals 1 half, and D more than 1 half, because 2 over 3 is greater than 1 half. Let's check the choices. We need the B to be even chance. So we have three choices have B on even chance, or two choices exactly that have B on even chance, and we need the A and C unlikely and D likely or greater than 1 half. You can check and use the second choice. Thank you for listening, and this is the end of my video.